So let me explain how financial advisors can save time by automating their follow-up with clients. This is 6 steps. It's pretty straightforward. And for those who have been thinking about using new tooling or wanting to get their practice scaling better this year, it's a great way to get going. First step, very simple, get a tool that can help take notes and capture facts for you in a meeting, ideally without recording. The reason you don't typically want recordings is there's a lot of storage requirements on those types of things. And frankly, more clients are going to be less comfortable with doing it. First step is to get a tool. Number 2, whether you're starting your meeting virtually or in person, at the start of the meeting, before you use the tool, tell your clients you'd like to use this new tool that you have and that you will only keep the information that you would normally keep if you were taking detailed notes yourself from the call. And the reason that you're doing it is it allows you to follow up quicker with the client. It avoids having to go back to clarify things, and it allows you to focus on them. From what we see when people describe this to their clients, the vast majority of them are happy with them doing it, and they want their advisor to have better information as well. Third step, very simple but very important. Once the client says yes, turn on the tool. We see a lot of people just forget to do this. It's very hard at the end of the meeting. And then that's it for the whole meeting. Focus on the client, have the discussions you would normally have. You don't have to do anything differently. And then right after the meeting, step 4, either right after the meeting, or if that doesn't work because you're back to back, schedule a time later in the day, let's say a half hour or an hour at the end of the day, to go through the results of your meetings. And you're going to do 2 things with that. One is you're going to scan and finalize the action items that you want the client to do and that you're going to do. And the second thing is you want to make sure you have all the context in the notes. Most of these tools will capture a bit more information than you need. Sometimes you want to add some context on maybe why you brought something up or why you did a certain model or plan for someone that maybe wasn't verbally discussed, but you want to have in your notes. And then you also want to make sure that the action items are ones that you actually want the client to take and ones that you're going to do, because sometimes it'll pick up items that you either you maybe solve later in the meeting or is not something that has to get done immediately. That's step 4. And then after that, if your follow-up emails to clients are typically a quick summary of the discussion and the action items, and send it to the client now. You have a brief summary, you have the action items, send it out. That allows you to take more time to get data into the systems, into your own backend systems. And a faster follow-up will result in them taking actions more often, and also just looks more professional. If your follow-ups are typically just a link to their financial plan, then I would get that done and then send the follow-up. And then step 6, which is the last step, is now that the client follow-up is done and you have this rich information, get the more detailed notes into your CRM system, and specifically get action items in the tasks or action items or whatever system you use for that. Get a brief meeting summary in the meeting activity, and then update their client profile wherever you do that, whether it's in a planning tool or a CRM tool. And when we see people do this well with the right software, you can do all of this in 10 minutes or less per meeting. It's essentially review the facts very quickly, pick the action items that are most relevant, if not all of them, and add the context, and then send them an email and then put it in your CRM system. It's that easy. And if you're doing that for all your meetings or even 80% of your meetings, the rest of your year and all of your future interactions with the clients will go much, much better.